G'day, this is Peter here, and it's the third video in the series. Just got to go get some petrol here, and I've altered my suspension and I've changed the gear lever position because I've got new boots, and just needed it to fit a bit better. I'm going to go pump up the tyres, and we're going to go out to Diamond Hill, have a bit of a test and see whether the bike performs any better with the new settings. Need a bit of practice anyway, and there'll be a few road situations on the way, and I'll point out things about them. So right, this service station's got no air, so I can't pump up my tyres, so I've got to go to a new one. Alright, that's a traffic situation here. If the green car takes off, I'm going to be in trouble, so I've got to get ready to swerve onto the opposite side of the road. And there's no traffic coming on the opposite side, so it's pretty easy to do that. If the grey car goes, it would be the same thing. So just see whether they do, which they didn't, but I think the grey car goes a little bit. So yeah, that was the options there. There was another option too, and that was to put on the back brake and go hard right up the street where they were heading towards. So like a 90-degree right-hand turn. But it wouldn't have been hard to do. Just put on the back brakes and just be gentle. You'd be able to go up there. Not much happening here. Everything's good. Alright, there's a traffic situation. The car that's pointed to by the arrow is potentially able to go across in front of me and to do a right turn there. So I've got to be prepared for him. So if I put on the brakes now, if I prepare both brakes and put on the brakes a little bit, it gives him a little bit of time to go. But if he stops, I'll know he's seen me, and it'll give me time to get around. So just knock about 10 k's off or something there, and that gave I did that, and it gave me plenty of room to get behind him. It's better than just going on at the same speed. That's where you're going to have the accident. So that one's the turn in front accident, where a car will turn in front of you. Now up ahead there's a street on the left, and there's so it's not this street here, it's the next one, and there's a service station straight after. Now that's a potential accident there. If I put on my blinker to turn left into the servo here, someone might think I'm going up the street. If there was a car coming out of that street, like this, that car there, then he might pull out in front of me and didn't know I was indicating to go into the service station. So in that case, it's just better to leave your blinker off and go past. and then indicate about now and go in, and that saves getting cleaned up by that car. So it's good. I'll get some air from the service station, and then we'll be on our way to go to Diamond Hill and give the bike a bit of a test. So the bike behaves a lot differently with different tyre pressures, and I've got to put 35 in the front and 42 in the rear. And 42 in the rear, I like running those sorts of pressures on bikes. I've done it before on lighter bikes. I usually used to put about 40 in the rear on me Suzuki GSX 750, and it made it really, really good. And what I mean by that is it didn't, when it started to let go in the corners, it would just skip a little bit. It wouldn't high side you, which I've never been high sided anyway, but I like it when the tyre lets go. It just gives a little bit of a skip, because there's no instability with that. Most of the thing holding me up is not the tyres anyway, it's the centrifugal force of the wheels, and it's because I don't get anywhere near the limit of the tyre usually. So now we're on our way to Diamond Hill. So Diamond Hill's to the left up here, and now we're within a couple of k's of Diamond Hill. So Diamond Hill's my favourite spot to go riding. I know the corners, so I can test myself out. I know what I should be doing roughly, where I should be doing it, and how easy it should be. I don't go too fast there, but it's, you know, a little bit challenging, but I just got to get the right lines, and if the bike's not performing, or I'm not performing, I know there's something wrong, so I can have a fair judge on whether I'm doing all right that day or not. And this particular day, which is today as I record this, I was doing pretty well today. And the tyre pressure made a big difference. Altering the suspension made a big difference too. And the gear lever position, that made it. Now just slow down there, because that's a hazard going through there flat out, because it's a intersection, and you can't see over the top of the hill, and people will turn right in front of you. So I got down to about 60 or 70 there. So I try and tuck it into the left up here, so I'll bring it in here, right on the white line if I can, pretty close to it. Same here, try and get that white line. Upright there, one finger braking, and of course back brake at the same time. It was only for about half a second I braked there. And then try and bring it in left here, and then on the throttle, nearly went over the double white line, so not quite. Bit of a crest here, got to be careful. Left hand turn, right on the white line. It's a right and a left coming up here. So right, straighten it out and get the line on the left. Down a couple of gears, back brake going into the corner, and ease off the back brake, back on accelerator coming out. Back brake again. And this one, I don't like to get carried away with this one, because it's like a double corner, and it's just, I just don't like it. So I stay fairly slow on that one. Same with this one. I don't like this one either, and I feel like it's just too much possibility of going on coming off there and going on the side of the road. So just take it easy going down to the stoplight here. Stop sign, I mean, not light. And dangerous intersection, this one. You got to make sure there's nothing coming on the right there, and have a good listen too. And then when you go like hell. Get out of there fast before a car comes behind you. So yeah, these corners pretty easy. Same story. Tuck into the left. Let it wash out a little bit to the right. Back to the left again. Straightens it all out. Means I hardly have to lean the bike at all. Coming down to a left-hand turn down here, and it's like a 90-degree turn, so you got to get on the brakes fairly hard. And on a bike that didn't have ABS, you got to be careful of that one, because sometimes there's a bit of dirt on the road, and you might lock up the back wheel or the front. And but this bike's got ABS, so it's a bit easier. But because it's downhill, I take more care with downhill corners where I've got to brake hard. So there's a few 45km/h corners here. Notice the bike's doing well when I set up for the corners. It's not wobbling around or anything, so it's pretty easy to use brake and accelerator to set up the corner. Still watching out for kangaroos, any traffic that might come out. I'm ready for that. That truck there I was watching here. Of course, when the car came and got in front of the truck, it kind of gave me a little bit more of a chance of getting through there without the truck coming out, because hopefully if you didn't see me, you'd see the car. But I was watching him, he didn't look like he was moving at all. Pretty soon coming up, I'm going to merge in with another road, and I'll look over to the right here and just get a flash of a car through the trees there. Look over there a bit, there he is, straight ahead. So I saw him through the trees. Not that it would have made any difference, because I was going to be careful on that corner anyway. But it was nice to be able to see him through the trees. And now I give the bike a bit of a handful here taking off. Just want to see how stable it is at high speed, going through a bit of a corner, and it was absolutely lovely through there. And all in all, it was a great ride, super stable. So I'm starting to like the bike a lot now again.